Fox Sports.
Well, the heat wave has hit the Southland. It is hot and muggy here at the Big A. The Angels looking for a victory against the Seattle Mariners. This is game number 2 of a 3-game set. And the Halos, of course, needing a victory now tonight with Texas having defeated the Tampa Bay Rays. A win by the Angels would keep them at 2.5 games back. Hi, everybody, from inside the Big A. We welcome you back to Angels baseball here on Fox Sports West. I'm Victor Rojas along with my partner, Mark Gubuza. Yesterday, we got a chance to see the Rookie of the Year candidate, Mark Trumbo, at his best. Early on in the ballgame, slamming his 26th home run. And I don't know about you, I know there's a lot of doubters out there right now. This has got to be the leader in the clubhouse for the American League Rookie of the Year.
Well, Victor, there's no doubt in our minds, that's for sure. I mean, the ability he has to be able to cover the entire plate. Even when you make a good pitch on the mound, he's still able to drive. This pitch is down about 3 or 4 inches above the ground, down and in, and hit that ball at the left center field for his 26th home run. And then they try to go upstairs, a fastball away up around the shoulder, and one hops the wall to right field. So it's that tremendous plate coverage he has. The ability to have that fight in the batter's box makes him so important for this club as far as run production, and he hasn't slowed down at all.
Oh, Mark and the Angels are going to have their hands full tonight. Felix Hernandez going for the Seattle Mariners. 9 innings last time and picking up the win. Irvin Santana, however, has been throwing the ball exceptionally well as well.
And these two guys locked up back on August 7th. And Irvin got the best. They won that ball game 2-1. Irvin had a shutout going into the 9th inning before Mike Carp hit a home run. King Felix gave that 471-foot shot to Mark Trumbo to left center field. So it's going to come down to which one of these guys will make 1, maybe 2 mistakes during the course of the game. Irvin's thrown very well against Seattle in his entire career. King Felix, not so.
The Angels, a season high, 13 games over 500, trying to make it 14 tonight. We're just about ready for baseball. Sit back, relax. We've got lineups at first pitch when we return. And by CarMax. Now more than ever, the smart choice is CarMax. Streaming in here to the Big A, this is game number 142 for the Angels. And Ervin Santana, the Halos, not wasting any time whatsoever. Irvin's ready to go. He's already thrown his warm-up pitches. We don't even have a chance to give you the starting lineup, so we're going to do it the old-fashioned way, as they come to the plate, and that's the way to do it. As Ervin Santana is looking for his 12th victory of the year, 11-9 on the season. And both starters coming into this one with the same earned run average of 3.27.
Doesn't happen too often, especially this time of the year. Both have been extremely good.
Ichiro Suzuki leading things off. The first pitch is the fastball that is a called strike. Ichiro last night 0 for 5, hitting .273 on the season. 3 home runs and 36 runs batted in. Also committed an error last night. It's a breaking pitch. Misses down low. Callaspo playing in on the grass at third base. And the 1-1 pitch. This one chopped right back to the mound. Ervin has it, gets rid of it quickly, and there is out number 1. Now we will take a look at Eric Wedge's starting 9. The Mariners at 58 and 82 have Ichiro leading things off and right. Brendan Ryan is the shortstop. Dustin Ackley's at second base. Mike Carp will serve as the DH tonight. Justin Smoke will get the start at first. Miguel Olivo gets his first start of this series. Behind the plate, Kyle Seager, the third baseman. Trayvon Robinson moves from center to left, and Michael Saunders, we haven't seen him in a while. He's batting ninth and playing center field.
Well, Ervin did a nice job as far as fielding his position. A lot of times you see Ervin underhand to throw. He threw a rocket over to first base to Mark Trumbo. Nice play to keep Ichiro off the bases.
Brendan Ryan looks at a fastball down and away. Ryan had 1 hit last night. It was a home run off Dan Heron, his 3rd of the season. Ended up going 1 for 5, a .249 average on the year. As he lines this one right back to Ervin. Just like that, there are 2 outs. Let's take a look at the defense behind Ervin. He might not need him as good as he has been through the first 2 batters. But Vernon Wells will play left field tonight. Peter Borges in center. Torrey Hunter is in right. In the infield, it's Alberto Callaspo and Eric Ibar guarding the left side. Meiser Asturias and Mark Trumbo on the right. And Bob Wilson behind the plate.
And Torrey Hunter out in right field last night got his 14th outfield assist, which ties a career high, which he had back in 2001. So the ball so well from that right field position. Charges the baseball very well and has a good touch where to throw that baseball, whether it's second, third, or home.
0-1 pitch. Ackley takes inside. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. The same type of approach for the Seattle Mariners as we saw last night against Dan Heron. Not afraid to hack early in the count. This one's fouled back, and it's 1-2. Mariners with 11 hits in last night's game. 10 coming off of Heron, who stuck around for 6 innings, picked up the dub. His 14th win of the year. And the 1-2. This one hit in the air toward right field, hit well. Torrey going back, still going back, pulls up. That one is off the wall and over the head of Torrey. Ackley does not stop running. He heads to third. It's a 2-out triple. 7th triple of the year for Dustin Ackley.
We're going inside with the fastball, and we talked about it before. Ackley very quick, opens up that front hip, can drive the ball very well from that part of the plate. Kind of better off almost sinking the ball away or a cut fastball in because he's super quick on that pitch.
Got the pop to the pull side of the field. He'll take his base hits to left field. So Ervin working from the stretch for the first time, facing Mike Carp, the DH. He looks at a fastball upstairs. Carp went 1 for 3. Hitting .288 on the season, 8 home runs and 34 runs batted in. Breaking pitch catches the outside corner. It's a 1 ball, 1 strike count. Carp from Lakewood High School. This is home in Long Beach area. Pulls this one to the right side. Asturias there. Bobbled it for a second. Picks it up. Throws to first to get caught by his step. That will end the inning. No runs, a hit. And the Mariners leave a man at third. We have the bottom of the first. Scoreless here at the Big A. Lineup as the Angels roll into this one 77-64. Meister Sturis leading things off at second. Eric Ibar is the shortstop. Bobby Abreu back in the lineup at DH. Torrey Hunter in right field. Mark Trumbo at first. Alberto Callasco at third base. Vernon Wells is in left. Peter Borges in center. Bob Wilson batting ninth and doing the catching, taking on the 25-year-old from Valencia, Venezuela, by the name of King Felix Hernandez.
Felix Hernandez has a plus fastball, 92 to 97 range, although more sinking and cut fastballs than the four-seam fastball up at 97. Curveball, slider, and a very good changeup.
And much like Irvin, doesn't waste a whole lot of time as Sturis takes a strike to start this one. Meister last night went 0 for 3, was hit by a pitch, hitting 277 on the year. The 0-1. Taps it foul. And it's no balls and 2 strikes.
Well, when you look at Santana and Hernandez, so many similar numbers. We talked about the ERA exactly the same at 3.27. Opponent's batting average against Felix 237, Santana 239. They're that good as far as dominating hitters through this entire season.
Meister pulls this one to the right side. Ackley has it on one hop. There's the first down of the bottom of the first. Defensively for the M's, Robinson at left, Saunders at center, Ichiro at right. In the infield at Seager, Ryan Ackley at Smoke around from third to first with Olivo doing the catching.
Justice Smoke back in the first base position. The guy, a very slick fielder, though. He has made 7 errors this season. Very good as far as turning the 3-6-3 double play. Very solid as far as throwing that ball to second base. Good range also around the base.
Eric Ibar will step to the plate now with 1 out, nobody on. Picked up a base hit in his last AB last night, extending his hitting streak to 15 games, a career best. As he pulls this one into right field, Ichiro almost dead in his tracks, makes the catch, 2 outs. So 2 outs and nobody on for Bobby Abreu as we take a look at our Hyundai key to the game.
A little triumph today for you. Lay it on the line. You got to try to figure out any way possible to be able to mix and match and score some runs against King Felix to give Ervin Santana an opportunity to be able to win the game. Not an easy task against King Felix, but he will make a mistake here and there. And when that opportunity arises, you have to attack that baseball.
Bobby comes in hitting 253 on the year, 7 home runs and 53 runs batted in. Shows bunt, possibly trying to lay it down the line.
He must have heard the key.
And it's 1 ball and a strike.
Incredible. Look, he's even smiling.
Bobby 1 for 3 in Sunday's game. The 1, a home run. Also drew a walk and scored a run late in that ball game. Here's the 1-0. Pulls this one down the line, and that's a fair ball. Bobby rounding first, heading to second. He is in there standing up with a 2-out double.
See, Bobby knew we were going to put the key right by him as he gets that base hit down the right field line. This pitch on the inner half, Oliva wanted that fastball away, but Bobby got that fastball inside and turns on it down the line for a double, giving him double number 27 on the season.
So Torrey Hunter will step up. Both teams with the 2-out extra base hit in the first inning. Ackley had a triple in the top of the inning. Breaking pitches down low. Torrey went 1 for 3. Has won a triple. Kind of kept that first inning alive yesterday against Anthony Vasquez. Ball misplayed by Trayvon Robinson. It was his 3rd triple of the year. He also picked up 2 runs batted in. Here's the 1-0. Off speed pitch is down low. 2 balls and no strikes.
Well, he's got pretty good numbers against Felix. 16 for 51. And the 314 batting average. Good hitters count here. Although King Felix has an open base.
2-0 pitch. Missing down low. 3 balls and no strikes. Felix making his 4th start of the season against the Angels. 1-1 this year, 1.88 ERA, a 5-9 record in his career against the Halos with a 3.85. The 3-0, and he walked him. Felix in the last start against the Angels, complete game, 9 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 run on 5 hits. Give it the 2-out double to Bobby Abreu. Now the walk following that. Here comes Trumbo. Had a 2-for-4 game last night. Double and a home run. 3 runs batted in.
Trumbo 3 for 10 in his career against Hernandez, including 2 home runs against him. And just like we said about Dan Haren, very difficult when you throw a really good game against a club that next time you go out to the mound again, you're facing that exact same team. Very tough to go back-to-back great starts.
Fastball catches the outside corner. We go back on August the 7th against Felix Hernandez, trying to sneak that fastball in on him. Trumbo turned it around. Abreu at second, Hunter at first. Plays off that pitch. They wanted a peel. Did not go, as this Laz Diaz. One ball, one strike on Mark. Hitting .258, 26 home runs, 80 runs batted in, 28 doubles, 1 triple on the year. The 1-1. Ground ball, weakly hit toward third. Seager has it, goes the short way, and they force out Torrey to end the inning. No runs, a hit, 2 left on, 1 complete, no score. Visit us today and trade up to Ford. And buy Jack in the Box. For a limited time, Jack's really big chicken sandwich combo is back for only $3.99 plus tax at participating restaurants. Justin Smoak to lead things off for the Seattle Mariners here in the second with no score. Smoak, Olivo, and Seager. 1 ball, no strikes. Smoak is a DH last night, went 1 for 4, picked up an RBI, hitting .224 on the year. 12 home runs and 45 runs batted in. One of the key components for Seattle last year in their trade with the Texas Rangers, in which they sent Cliff Lee to Texas. Smoak, a former first-round pick of the Rangers out of the University of South Carolina, along with Blake Bevan, Josh Lukey. Halos have seen those 3 guys already in the big leagues this year. And that is hit on the line out to deep right field. Torrey will play the carom. Smoak stops at first with a long single. Second hit of the game for Seattle. Brings up Miguel Olivo. We'll take a look at the men in black tonight. Vic Carapazza calling the balls and strikes. Laz Diaz is at first. John Hirschbeck is at second base. And Scott Berry is behind the plate. I'd like to thank them too for their visit to the Children's Hospital of Orange County earlier today as part of the UMPS Care Charities Blue for Kids program. Angel Strike Force team members were there as well. It's the umps care. Hence the name of the charity.
Great guys.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, they do their best during the course of the game, obviously, but you get an opportunity to talk to them away from the field. This great personalities.
Olivo takes that pitch inside. It's 1-1. That was the 64th hospital visit by Major League umpires since the program began in 2006. One to Olivo. Grounds this one to the left side. Kayaspa comes charging in, goes to second base and fires it into right center field. Everybody's going to be safe as they advance an extra 90 feet. No real reason for Kayaspa to throw the ball to second. He had the easy out at first. A very difficult play, charging in and having to throw across his body.
And then a throw wide to Meiser covering the base. Yeah, you're more apt to try to get an out here, even at first base. So the fact is you don't want to give up extra base runners, especially when your opponent on the other side throwing the baseball with Felix Hernandez. You're not getting many opportunities to score. You don't want to make a mistake like that.
Fielder's choice and an error. Alberto making his 14th of the year. Runners at second and third with nobody out. Kyle Seager at the plate. Seager had a 2-hit game last night. The 288 on the season. Couple of home runs, 7 runs batted in. A lot of fastballs early from Santana. A lot of guys pulling the trigger, too, for the Seattle Mariners. Irvin coming off a start against Seattle on the 1st of September with 6 2/3. 3 runs on 4 hits, picking up the win. He also walked season high 7 batters in that game. First start back after that short rest start he had that Saturday in Texas. Little number back to the mound. Santana boots it for a second. No play. Should be ruled an error all the way. See how they end up ruling it, but now the bases are loaded with nobody out.
Well, that's one of those times as a pitcher you're trying to field the ball, look the runner back, kind of take your eye off the baseball, and then instead of getting the out, they're not going to go on contact. Especially a guy like Justin Smoak will not go with no outs. And then Irvin let that ball play him and gets away from him. A good thing, he didn't throw the baseball at that point. Seager was going to be able to beat there at first base. So an opportunity for a double play.
Trayvon Robinson drives one out to straightaway center field, deep enough to score. Smoak from third base. Olivo advancing to third. Seager stays at first, and Seattle has a 1-0 lead. So a hit, couple of errors, and now a sac fly puts Seattle on the board. And those are the things you cannot afford to do, especially when you're facing a guy like Felix Hernandez.
Yeah, you can't give a gift run. This certainly is a gift run right here so far for Seattle. But also a smart play by Peter Boyd, just getting that throw into second base. A lot of times you'll see an outfielder try to throw to third, and the guy from first will be able to advance the second and take away the double play ball. So the double play is still in order. Smart play by Borges in center.
Trayvon Robinson picking up his 9th run batted in. Here's Michael Saunders swinging through the first pitch. It is 0-1. Saunders just a 168 average on the year. Limited action in the big leagues this season. Couple of home runs, 7 runs batted in. He's got Olivo standing at third base and Seager at first. Swinging a miss on the slider. And it's no balls at 2 strikes. This is the second stint for Saunders with the Mariners this year. April 1st through June the 2nd. The decent numbers down at AAA Tacoma. 0-2. Down in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
What we've seen with Saunders over the years, he will chase breaking pitches in the dirt, but you also go upstairs with the fastball in. And a longer swing, susceptible to fastballs in.
Swing and a miss on the slider. Down goes Saunders, 2 outs. First strike down for Irvin. Mike Butcher's going to come out and pay a visit and look at that strikeout pitch.
Nice job of snapping that slider off. Very good pitch for, when we talk about Saunders, is the guy that you can expand the strike zone against when you're ahead of the count. This conversation right here is the fact that Ichiro's had a lot of success against Urban. .364 batting average coming into the game, 28 for 77. So even though there's a man on first and a man on third here, you have an open base. Make him swing at your pitch because you have a right-handed batter on deck in Brandon Ryan.
Ichiro hit a comebacker to Santana the first inning to start the game off, so he's 0 for 1. Slow breaking pitch, misses down low. .359 career average against Ervin Santana, a couple of home runs. Two and 0. Vernon Wells playing very shallow and left and toward the foul line. Borges shallow at center, as is Torrey in right. Cayasco about even with the bag at third. 3 balls and no strikes.
Ichiro showing some pretty good patience here. And he's a guy who doesn't walk a lot. He's only walked 33 times, and 11 times of those walks have been intentional walking for him.
Strike on the outside corner. Brendan Ryan is the guy that is on deck for Seattle. 1-0 Mariners here in the second. And they're loaded up. Ryan's 0 for 1. He lined out to Santana in that first inning. Olivo at third, Seager at second, and Ichiro over at first. One with a slider, missing down low. Now falling behind at 2 balls and no strikes.
You know, Ryan's can just sit back and look for that fastball now.
21 pitches thrown here in the second inning. Not helped out by a couple of errors, one of his own. 2-0. Lifted in the air towards shallow left center field. Ibar going out. Borges coming on. Borges calls off Eric. That will end the inning. Seattle strike first. They get a run on 1 hit, 2 errors. They leave them loaded. In the bottom of the second, Seattle leads it 1-0. Roberto Callaspo, Vernon Wells, Peter Bourjos to face Felix Hernandez. Gave up a 2-out double and walk in the first inning, but got Mark Trumbo to hit into the fielder's choice that ended the frame. Roberto looks at a fastball right down a pipe for a strike. Did not play yesterday. Got the start Sunday afternoon against Minnesota. Ended up going 1 for 3 in that game, hitting .279 on the year. 5 home runs and 42 runs batted in for Alberto, 21 doubles. There's the 1-1. Breaking ball. Drops in there. 1-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Felix Hernandez, 204 strikeouts in his 210 and a third innings of work this year. 64 walks. This one rolled softly over to second base, and Ackley will throw out Callaspo for the first out. Today's broadcast is on AFN, the American Forces Network, broadcasting to the U.S. Armed Forces, serving in 175 countries and aboard ships at sea. They're watching around the world in Iraq, Germany, Italy, Southwest Asia, South Korea, as well as Japan. We welcome you and thank you for your continued service. Very little breeze here tonight, very little breeze throughout the day. It's expected to be warm again tomorrow, if not warmer tomorrow than it was today. And then all of a sudden it's just supposed to cool back down, normal temperatures. Vernon had a 1 for 4 game yesterday, including his 20th home run of the season. Rolls over the breaking pitch, and it's no balls, 2 strikes.
You've noticed that at Hernandez, the last 2 games now against the Angels, has established his changeup and his curveball early in the game. The Angels had success throughout his career as far as jumping on that fastball first couple innings, scoring some runs, but he's not messing around anymore. He's getting to his other 2 or 3 pitches he has working early in the ball game.
0-2. Fastball line to center field. Here comes Saunders, and he'll make the catch for the second out. As part of our Fox Sports Supports charitable initiative, we are proud to wear these pins during the 2011 MLB season on Fox Sports West to support Stand Up to Cancer and their work to fund groundbreaking research that helps accelerate treatment to patients. For more information, please visit standuptocancer.org/Fox Sports. Well struck by Wells, nothing to show for it. 2 outs and nobody on for Peter Bourjos, center fielder. Batting in the 8th spot today. 1 for 3 yesterday, and that included a double. Scored a couple of runs. Seager playing in over at third base. Here's the 1-0. Strike. It's 1-1. The previous start for Felix Hernandez here at the Big A was August the 7th. Took the loss. Gave up 2 runs on 4 hits and 8 innings of work. Struck out 12 in that game. Peter chops this one to short. Brendan Ryan has it on a couple of hops, and Hernandez has himself a 1-2-3 shutdown inning. 2 complete in Seattle. Still with a 1-0 lead. Lead. A couple of errors committed by the Angels in the second. Dustin Ackley leading things off here against Irvin Santanum. Takes a strike. Ackley tripled off the wall in right field with 2 outs in the first inning. It was stranded there. Former Tar Heel takes upstairs. That's 1 ball, 1 strike. Ackley drafted right behind Steven Strasburg, who got back to the big leagues earlier tonight. His first start coming off Tommy John surgery in the big leagues.
Threw the ball well. Good velocity on the fastball.
On the outside corner, 2-2. You're a big fan of him pitching in the big leagues this month?
You know what? For me, I know a lot of people would say, that way he feels good about, the task at hand next season, but I don't see any reason to rush that and get back this season for a couple starts just to feel good about yourself going into the off season.
Sell some tickets, perhaps?
I guess.
2-2. This would bounce to the left side past Callaspo, and it's a base hit for Ackley. Fans, Angel season ticket holders, season seat holders, Barley, making the commitment to renew for the 2012 season are being entered into a sweepstakes to win an iPad 2. Today's sweepstakes winners are Scott Day and James Poole. Congratulations and thank you for your renewal to renew your season seats. Today, log on to angels.com/SSH. There's Mike Carp, the DH. Ackley now with 2 hits in this one. Carp swings and misses on the breaking ball. No balls and a strike. Carp grounded out to end the first inning. See the month of August that he had. We mentioned last night tying a Mariners rookie record for RBIs in a month at 25 last month. The best offensive month for Seattle by far. They had 273 in August. So we're going to miss the off-speed pitch. And it's 0-2.
See more consistent approaches at the plate for Mariner hitters of late. There's no question that whole month of August, take it into September. Good job by Irvin holding the baseball. Ackley, not a ton of speed, has 3 stolen bases this year. Been more apt to try to steal against Irvin. He's allowed 24 stolen bases in 28 attempts.
Oh, 2 to Carp. Upstairs with a fastball, 1-2. A little bit better as far as command for Irvin, but that's not saying a whole lot considering he's coming off a start which he walked 7 guys and really just struggled to find the strike zone. Made it work, however. That pitch just missed in. 2-2. Froze Carp. Good location. Carapazza not giving Santana the call.
It looked like Carp was looking for something off speed, thinking that Irvin was going to throw him a slider there. Good spot on the fastball.
Full count. Justin Smoke on deck. Get a leadoff single in the second. Came around to score the Mariners' run.
Certainly could see Ackley running on this pitch here. 3-2. Potential strike him out, throw him out.
Ackley takes off. The pitch is a called strike. The throw down from Wilson is not in time. A stolen base for Dustin Ackley. Good throw by Bobby Wilson. 4th stolen base for Ackley. But there's 1 out now. Smoke coming to the plate.
And he picked a good pitch to go on a backdoor slider. You see Ibar keeping that foot there to block the base at second, but Ackley was able to slide around his foot. Ibar very good as far as protecting that base and keeping that path for the base stealer a more difficult task to get to the base.
Slider catches the outside corner for a strike. Mitchell Smoke with a base hit. Off the wall in right field. Torrey did a nice job of playing the carom and keeping Smoke at first base, but eventually came around to score. 0-1 inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ibar trying to keep Ackley close to the bag at second. Outfield straight around against Smoke. 1-1 pitch. Ground ball to Trumbo. Takes it himself. 2 outs as Ackley advances to third. So Irvin will face Miguel Olivo. 2 outs and a man at third base. Olivo reached down at fielder's choice. He's the one to hit that little dribbler on the left side of the infield that Cayaspo fielded and tried to force out Justin Smoke at second, instead firing it into right center. "16 home runs for Olivo, 55 runs batted in. Not afraid to swing the bat." That's 0-1.
Especially he's guessing first pitch fastball. He's letting it go that first pitch.
Those home runs and runs batted in good enough to lead the Seattle Mariners this year. A 220 average going with it. In the dirt. Nice dig by Wilson. 1 ball, 1 strike. Seattle with 3 hits in this one. Irvin with a couple of strikeouts, 1 walk. The Angels in the bottom of the third will have 9-1-2 to face Felix Hernandez. One pitch. Swing and a miss. Pulled the trigger. And it's 1-2. It's almost as if with Olivo, with the type of swing and approach that he takes at times, you could just go slow, slower, slowest with that slider.
And you almost want to think in terms of bringing Torrey in a little more shallow and right in case he flares it out that way.
1-2 pitch. This would bounce off his leg. Got him looking away with that slider that came inside with a 94-mile-per-hour fastball.
Well, good action on this fastball, too. Best fastball so far in the game for Irvin, right off the inside of his foot.
Might be wearing the entire shin guard the next time up.
When then Irvin has an option right here is he go right back in with the fastball or he goes slider. He's been unable to hold off on the slider. So that's what he's going to go with, the breaking pitch.
Down he goes. Olivo strikes out. Third punch out for Santana. The man stranded at third base. Get to the bottom of the third. The Halos down 1-0.
Irvin to get a leave on that slider. Third strikeout of the game for Santana. And now trying to figure out Felix Hernandez. The Angels had a couple of men on with 2 outs in the first inning, but Hernandez made a good pitch on Trumbo and got him to roll into a fielder's choice. Bobby takes a fastball high. Wilson hitting .200 on the year. 1 home run, 7 runs batted in. Bobby's last start coming on Thursday. Went 0 for 3 in that one. Bounces this one over to Brendan Ryan. 1 out. Hey, log on to FoxSportsWest.com every Friday for Prep Zone Live, a revolutionary way of watching high school football every Friday at 7 p.m. You can watch 4 games live on your computer. You can choose the 5th box where Mark Rogandina will take you to the best action of the night. Prep Zone Live only on FoxSportsWest.com. All right, who's your pick to click in that?
I like the Bishop Amat versus Servite game. Servite always really is solid in all sports, but particularly in football.
That's a pretty good baseball matchup too, right?
Yes, extremely good. Try to avoid them as much as possible.
Just
when I was coaching over there, yes, you know what? You got to schedule the best. They're the best. Wasn't smart on my part, but you know what? It's a good battle.
How'd
good
you
test.
fare against them?
I remember Bishop Amat was too tough. We lost. I think it was 4-0, but we did have a tough game against Servite a couple years ago, 4-3. So it was a close game.
Down and in on his Sturz. 2 balls and a strike. Meiser 0 for 1 with a ground ball to second. Was it a bad scouting report, bad coaching, or was it your players that failed you?
It's bad coaching on my part. Whenever we lost a game, it was my fault.
Your fault?
Yes, no question. When we won the game, it was because they did their job.
2-1. Sturz bouncing this one toward first. Justin Smoke has it. 2 outs. Sixth ground ball out for Felix Hernandez.
Yeah, no punch out so far in the game for him. 204 coming into the game. And he doesn't seem like he rushes that fastball up 95 to 97 too often anymore. He sinks the fastball. Also will throw a cut fastball. But an outs and out, it doesn't matter how you get him. It gives you an opportunity to pitch deep in the games. When you look at Hernandez each year, he's up around 240 plus innings pitched. That good for him.
Ibar showing. Bunt takes upstairs. Eric is 0 for 1 with that line out to right field. To the American League leaders in strikeouts. Justin Verlander at 224. James Shields had that good game against Texas yesterday.
Hopefully David Price will add on to that strikeout total tomorrow. Day game against the Rangers down in Tampa.
Texas will head home. They will take on the Oakland A's and Cleveland Indians. That pitch seemed to be out of the strike zone there, and it's 2-1. Fastball location for Felix Hernandez. You can see him kind of shaking his head. It's a little erratic for him compared to the last time out.
And that's why the key is you have to take advantage of that early on. You can't allow him to get into a rhythm where he gets on one of those rolls. We saw that last game up in Seattle where he got on a roll and it was difficult to hit him.
Most frustrating part, too, of a starting pitcher is that you feel good in the bullpen. You walk in, you feel great. You feel great on the game mound. And all of a sudden, you just can't get the right release point, or there's too much movement on your pitches when you don't want it. That's down and in. That's a 2-out walk, second issued by Felix Hernandez.
Yeah, you try to make some adjustments. Try to slow down your delivery. You see Felix with that turnaround a la Louis Tiant as far as giving himself a better chance at balance. And then you get a little bit too quick. Your front shoulder flies open for a power pitcher like him. The thing is, right now, that's one thing about Felix. He is susceptible to the stolen base. He allowed 29 stolen bases against him already this season. Quick move to first, but once he delivers the baseball, you have a chance to steal a bag.
Eric, 27 stolen bases on the season. He's been caught 4 times. There's that quick move. Abreu at the plate. He doubled in the first inning, his 27th double of the year. 551st of his career. Ibar bluffed as if he were taking off, then stopped. No balls and a strike. It was as if Hernandez took something off the fastball there.
Well, that became a pretty good fastball to hit. A lot of times a hitter will hear that somebody saying he's going, and you take the pitch, allow him to get into scoring position. You missed a good pitch to hit.
Good lead for Ibar at first. 2 outs here. The Angels down 1-0. Breaking pitch down and in. One ball, one strike. The Angels with one hit. That was that Abreu double in the first inning with Campbell 2 outs. Bobby eventually stranded at second base. Two balls and one strike.
He may have a tough time for a feel of his breaking pitch also. You know, when you're facing a guy like Felix Hernandez, I think you want to press the issue as far as have movement, especially a guy like Ibar with that type of speed he has. Can't rely on Felix to make a lot of mistakes during the course of a game.
Smoke acting as if he had gotten Ibar with the tag quickly, trying to sell it to Laz Diaz.
Real close, but looks like Ibar got his hand in before the tag was applied.
Halos have had just one stolen base since last Thursday. There he goes. 2-1, fouled off the left.
Oh, well, that was close to Felix Hernandez not stopping. Quick pitch. And for a pitcher, you have to come to a discernible stop. That was real quick, and that's the improvement in Hernandez's game. Realizing it's a running count, quick pitched it.
Ibar takes off again. The 2-2, swing and a miss. Abreu strikes out to end the inning. No runs, no hits, one left on. 3 in the book. Still 1-0 Seattle. Our AT&T trivia question for tonight. Who are the only 4 rookies in the last 50 years with 35 or more home runs?
McGuire's got to be in there. Ken Griffey Jr.
Wheel still turning.
Yeah.
Top of the fourth, Seager, Robinson, Saunders against Ervin Santana. That's the bottom third of the order for the M's. Seager bouncing one over to short. Ibar bobbles it, and that'll be the third error of the game for the Angels. Not quite sure why Eric decided to lay back on that.
Yeah, you got to come in on that baseball. Seager runs pretty well down the line. You're waiting back. I know he has a great arm. You don't have the baseball to play him.
12th error of the season for Eric Ibar. A lot of them have come lately in the last couple of weeks. Well, whatever Seattle did yesterday, it's kind of rubbed off on the Angels. The Mariners for the most errors. First time they had 5 errors in a game since 1995. That was last night. The Angels have 3. Seager takes off to throw down to second. Not in time. A stolen base.
Seattle being aggressive here going the first pitch. Seager, real good jump, first stolen base. And Ervin is susceptible to the stolen base, and they're going to be aggressive against Ervin Santana, Seattle is.
Yeah, jumping off. Seager was on the very first pitch. Unlike Ibar, kind of waiting the count out with 2 outs. Robinson pulls one into right field, and that's a base hit. Hit sharply, so Seager's going to be stopped at third base. Robinson with a sacrifice fly, now a single. The Mariners have runners at first and third with nobody out. Brings up Michael Saunders, a center fielder, a strikeout victim into second. Kayaspo playing in at third. Middle infielders back at double play depth. Time is called at the plate. Saunders tired of waiting. Robinson picked up his first major league stolen base last night. Terrific speed over at first. Saunders takes down low for ball 1.
Well, this becomes one of those innings for Ervin Santana and the Angels to limit the damage. At some point, you assume that Hernandez is going to get locked in and get on a roll, so you don't want to get too far behind him and the Mariners.
2-0. Three errors in the game, one by Kayaspo, one by Ervin himself, and now one by Ibar. Robinson following with a single, putting runners at the corners. Little third to first move, nothing's happening. Halos needing a victory to stay 2.5 back of the Texas Rangers. A loss would put them at 3.5 back. Texas taking care of business against the Tampa Bay Rays earlier today. Two and one. Backdoor slider. .60 pitches already thrown by Santana. The long second inning, which he threw 22. The third inning kind of blew up on him as well, throwing 20. Count even now at Saunders at 2-2.
Well, those extra pitches you have to throw, those extra outs given to you. You have to make those plays in the field. I mean, these are times of the season where those plays become more magnified. You just routine ground balls. Guys, we're so accustomed to see make those plays.
Two pitch. Saunders fouls it back. The breaking ball. No break whatsoever from Robinson at first base. So glances across to Jeff Datz, flashing the signs at third base. Another 2-2. Saunders chops one toward the middle as Stewart touches second base, fires to first, safe at first. The run scores. It's 2-0 Seattle. Ibar was there. I think perhaps a little hesitation of deciding to take it himself cost the Angels a possible double play.
Well, Saunders getting down the line pretty well. Exactly right. That slight hesitation. Saunders runs well. It still looked like they almost got him at first base. It was a real close play.
Fielder's choice and an RBI for Saunders. Picks up his 8th run batted in. Here's Ichiro with 1 out. Saunders with pretty good speed, especially from the left side. Didn't take much for him to get down there.
Well, you got to believe he's thinking in terms of trying to steal a base here also early in the count.
Strike on the outside corner. Saunders 4 stolen bases this year. 14 in the big leagues. Parts of 3 seasons. Ichiro 0 for 1. Bouncer back to Santana and a walk. 1 ball, 1 strike. Very odd season for Ichiro Suzuki. Not just in the batting average category, but came in with a .310 on base percentage, by far his lowest output of his major league career. That pitch is outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Previous low for Ichiro on base percentage, .352. That was back in 2003.
And that's for a guy that doesn't walk a lot either. He's a guy that is a hit machine.
Saunders takes off the 2-1, bounce towards second as Sturz only plays to first. He bobbles it for a second. They do get Ichiro for the second out. And Meister's been a couple of the guys in the infield have been having an interesting night so far.
You see the ball slipping out of his glove. Fortunate enough it stayed on his body to be able to throw Ichiro out at first, giving up these extra outs.
So 2 outs and a man at second now for Brendan Ryan. 3rd plate appearance for him. Did he go on the slider? He did. Laz Diaz rings him up and it's 0-1. Ryan is lined down to Santana, hit a fly ball to center that ended the second. Seattle with a run in the second, 1 so far here in the 4th. They've got a man in scoring position. Lifted in the air. Down the left field line. Ibar going out. Wells coming in. Wells calls everybody off. Makes the catch. The inning comes to an end. But Seattle makes it 2-0. They get a run on 1 hit. Another error. They leave a man on as we head to the bottom of the 4th. M's on top.
Gardens Casino. Get your game on. And by Time Warner Cable. Well, a couple of unearned runs against Irvin Santana, but Seattle still with a 2-0 lead as we start the bottom of the fourth. Torrey Hunter, Mark Trumbo, and Alberto Callaspo to face Felix Hernandez. He picked up his first strikeout of the game of Bobby Abreu, ending the third inning. Torrey drew a 2-out walk in the first. No official at bat for him. Takes a fastball right down the middle for a strike. Mariners with 4 hits, the Angels with 1. Double by Abreu in the first. 0-1. Outside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, the right guy to have come up in this spot is Torrey Hunter. You know, this team feeds off his energy, his enthusiasm, and his ability to be able to get clutch hits. And the way the team has played so far, you need that spark.
Off speed pitch. 1-2. Here's the 1-2. Missing outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
He was trying to go fastball away after the pitch before. A split finger changeup that he uses. Turns over that pitch. Very effective for him. I'm going to try a curveball here.
Got him looking. Big strike zone by Vic Carapazza. We've seen that already tonight. And there's out number 1.
Well, you wonder if that pitch came around the plate. It'll be high on the strike zone.
Go back to our AT&T trivia question for tonight. The only 4 rookies in the last 50 years with 35 or more home runs. McGuire, Pujols, Ron Kittle, Mike Piazza. Ron Kittle makes those benches out of bats now.
Yeah. He was well, he still is. He's strong.
A big man.
Yes, yeah. Extremely strong.
Mark Trumbo looks at a breaking pitch for a strike. He is by definition country strong.
Yes, there's no question. He's not a fun guy to shake his hand. You might not get your hand back.
Trumbo for 1. Takes that pitch outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. One bounce foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Not a lot of deep counts for Felix Hernandez. Gets ahead. For the most part, stays ahead.
King Felix has that type of stuff where he can challenge you with all his pitches.
Swing and a miss. That's 3 consecutive strikeouts for Hernandez. And there are 2 outs. Hey, fans, follow the Angels at foxsportswest.com/Angels. Be sure to check out Joe McDonald's piece on Mark Trumbo's amazing rookie season, which leads us to this question. Who should be the American League Rookie of the Year? Trumbo, Hellickson, Nova, Pineda, Hosmer, Aaron Sibia.
Trumbo.
I don't think Aaron Sibia is any longer in the conversation.
Yeah, he had a nice start to the rookie year for him. But Trumbo's the guy.
Callaspo fouls one at the plate.
Nova's on fire right now. He's winning some games, but his ERA is pretty good.
Yep.
Not great. Trumbo's what he's done for this club.
Yeah. Nova's going to win games with the Yankees.
Yes, exactly. You're going to get enough run support. Even if you feel, even if you have a tough first inning here to come back and get enough runs to win a game.
Look at John Lackey. Winning games with the Red Sox in a 6 ERA. Callaspo pulls one over to second. Ackley has it. The Angels go down the order. For the second time tonight. 4 complete. 2-0 Seattle.
authority of the Angels and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Angels.
Dustin Ackley takes a strike to lead off this fifth inning with Seattle leading it 2-0. Ackley with a couple of hits, a single and a triple. Finds himself in the hole here at 0-2. Ackley also picking up a stolen base, his fourth of the year. This one popped up on the third base side. Callaspo drifting into foul territory. And there is out number one. Fans, the Angels take on the New York Yankees for a 3-game set beginning on Friday at 7:05. Make your plans to be right here at the big game. Watch the Angels continue their push for the division crown. Visit the Angel Stadium ticket office or angel.com. Purchase your tickets today. You know, at the end of the day, we were just talking about American League Rookie of the Year. I think Dustin Ackley is going to get some votes. I don't think he's got a chance to win unless he just has an incredibly monstrous month of September. But I think he's going to get some votes. People recognizing the talent that young man has.
Boy, you just got to love his swing. I mean, here's a guy that consistently hits the ball hard. You know, that was just a good sequence of pitches Urban had against him there to get the pop up to third. But he's a guy that I think is going to even develop some power as it goes along, too. No question about it. He's hit the ball hard to right. He's seen the adjustment hitting the ball to left field.
70th Major League game tonight. 79 hits and 259 at-bats for him. Little dribbler back to Santana. Fields it cleanly. Fires it to first. That's one way to record the second out.
Well, Urban seemed to be getting caught in between thinking, should I underhand it or fire a rocket over there? Trumbo's used to that underhand throw to first base. He's checking his glove. I think it was at like 95 with movement. Especially with the base runner coming down the line also.
Mike Brumley's reaction as first base coach is priceless. Good footwork there by Mark. Swing and a miss by Smoke. Why is it pitchers can get on the mound 60 feet 6 inches, not even think about it? The minute they get a ball back to them, it's like a grenade.
I think part of it is, and it's a tough one to explain too, is that they try to throw it slower to first base because they have time. I've always believed when I get a ground ball, I was going to throw it as hard as I could to first base, the same as I was throwing to the mound. Because I kind of didn't bother me watching that guy run down the line, get real close to the base before I threw the baseball.
John Mayberry appreciate that. He never gave you any grief, did he?
No. Well, you know, bottom line is when somebody's wearing a different color uniform than you, it's this is the way they get them back as they run down the line. They're never real happy when they hit a comebacker to a pitcher.
Smoke picks up his second hit of the game. A 2-2 breaking pitch, a 2-out knock. Urban was trying to get his first 1-2-3 inning. He'll face Miguel Olivo now. Now, Big John wasn't a guy you wanted to upset.
No. Big John was a giant human being. Steve Balboni was a giant human being also to throw to at first base. So you didn't want to get him mad too often, that's for sure. As long as the throw was pretty good, they were all right.
Olivo's 0 for 2 as he takes that pitch down low. Fielder's choice for Olivo and a strikeout. Two balls and no strikes. Little backup breaking pitch. Catches the corner. 2-1.
A lot of breaking pitches to Olivo. Still think he's going to be guessing fastball in. Stay away.
Line back into center field. Decided to go fastball away there. It's back-to-back hits. Sometimes you end up outsmarting yourself.
When you see a guy swinging at breaking pitches that far out of the strike zone,
make him beat you with it.
Yeah. I mean, you show a fastball at times off the plate, but you don't want to throw a strike with a fastball. You want to stay away with the breaking pitch.
This one looped in the air to shallow right center field. Torrey coming on, reaches out, makes the catch. The inning comes to an end. Nice play by Torrey Hunter, robbing Seager of a base hit and an RBI as we head to the bottom of the fifth. Seattle still on top 2-0. Unearned runs by Seattle. Nice play by Torrey Hunter to rob Kyle Seager of a blue single and an RBI.
Great thing about Torrey Hunter, too, he's been taking Mike Trout under his wing as far as reads off a shallow pop-up, going back. These two are always talking. Torrey, that's a great jump on. Great first step coming in on that baseball and going with the ball in front of him. How many times you see an outfielder come sliding in to the side and unable to make that play?
Bottom third of the order for the Angels. Wells, Borges, and Wilson. Running 0 for 1. He lined down to the center fielder, Michael Saunders, his first time. Shoots this one out to deep right field, chasing Ichiro back. Still going back and leaps up, makes the catch for the first down.
It's a nice play. It'd even go in the stands right after you make the play.
I like it. It's always good to take a bow yourself when you had nothing to do with that play.
And why would you not? There's 17 straight Gold Gloves, 10 in the majors and 7 in Japan. And a good jump on that baseball, made a good play. Last night we saw a different result going back on a baseball that Mark Trumbo hit.
Borges takes a strike. Peter grounded out to short his first time up. Takes a curveball for a strike, and it's 0-2. Borges asking for time. 5 consecutive batters retired by Felix Hernandez since the 2-out walk to Eric Ibar in the third inning. The Angels have had one man reach scoring position. That was Abreu with a double. As Borges swings and misses, and it goes to the backstop. Borges trying to reach on the strikeout. He is there. It's a strikeout, wild pitch.
Let's take a look at our Land Rover performance. Torrey Hunter talked about his 14 outfield assists this season, but this is why he's won 9 Gold Gloves coming into this season. Be able to read a baseball, come in, look into his glove as he dives face first, to be able to make a key play to prevent Seattle from getting another run across.
We're getting a pinch hitter here with one out and a man at first base. Mike Trout pinch hitting for Bobby Wilson here in the 5th inning. There's Bobby. The Angels adding some depth earlier today by calling up Alexi Amarista and Gil Velasquez. A couple more position players. 2 more catchers on the bench with Mathis and Conger. Borges takes off. The pitch is a strike to throw down to second. Not in time. A stolen base for Borges. 19th of the year.
And I like being aggressive on the first pitch. Now you're in scoring position. 30th stolen base that King Felix has allowed. This combination of Olivo and Hernandez, 23 stolen bases in 31 attempts.
Oh, 1 pitch. Trout chops one towards third. Seager has it in foul territory. So it's no balls and 2 strikes.
Trout's so quick going down the line. Would have been an infield base hit if it was ruled a fair ball, but just foul.
Felix has gone fastball, curveball on him. Top of the order, Meiser is Sturris on deck.
This is where if you're Mike Trout, you're just trying to put the ball in play, utilize that speed you have.
Trout hitting .241. 27 big league games, 5 home runs and 14 runs batted in. Swing and a miss. Olivo drops the baseball. He has to fire on the first, and there's a strikeout for the second out here in the 5th. Meiser at the plate twice, is grounded out. So he's 0 for 2. Both times to the right side of the infield. Once to second, once to first. This one right back up the middle. Felix got a glove on it. Brendan Ryan's got it, throws back to third base, and Borges is safe. But because Hernandez slowed that ball down and kept it on the infield, the Angels unable to score a run as Meiser gets credit for an infield single.
You're exactly right on that, Victor. Just slowed it enough that Brendan Ryan was able to keep that ball in the infield. You've seen Brendan Ryan make a lot of good plays in this series, and certainly up there in Seattle also. Good presence of mind to be able to throw back to third base just in case Evo decides to send him through, that ball goes up the middle.
And credit Dino for getting Borges back to third base. Seeing that Ryan got to that baseball. Here's Eric Aybar. A fly to right and a walk. So he's 0 for 1.
That split finger changeup that he uses. Keep in mind, though, Hernandez with 12 wild pitches this season has a tendency at time when he gets ahead of the count to overthrow his breaking pitch.
Oh, 1 pitch. Breaking ball catches the inside corner. 0-2. Borges standing at third. Is Sturris at first.
5 times in the game so far for Felix Hernandez. 0-2 count.
Oh-2 pitch. That's down to the dirt. What a block by Olivo. Felix overthrowing the fastball there. It's 1-2. That infield base hit by Sturris, by the way, the second hit of the game for the Angels against Hernandez. Robinson in left field playing Ibar very shallow and toward the foul line. Almost an Ichiro type of an alignment. Saunders hitting Ibar the opposite way. And Ichiro shallow and right. The 1-2. Runner goes. This one bounced over to Smoke. The inning will come to an end. No runs, one hit, and the Angels leave 2 on, 5 complete. Seattle still up 2-0.
You try to make comparisons to Mark Trumbo's plate coverage, you got to go back to Vladimir Guerrero, former Angel. That breaking pitch down and in. Yesterday he was able to hit that ball out of the ballpark, and of course fastball up and away. Hits that one to the wall at right field. Vlad, tremendous coverage. Even if it's off the plate, still able to square the baseball up himself. Hits that ball to the right, and of course a fastball off the plate by a lot. Hits that ball to right field for a base hit. That was our Coors Light Freeze Can, brought to you by Frost Brew Coors Light.
Trayvon Robinson leading things off against Irvin Santana. Takes ball 1 inside. Jeff Mathis is the new catcher. Bobby Wilson pinch hit for in the bottom of the 5th. Seattle here in the 6th inning have Robinson, Saunders, and Ichiro against Santana. 87 pitches for Irvin. 3 strikeouts and a walk. And falls behind here. 2 balls and no strikes. Robinson with a sacrifice fly, picking up his 9th run batted in the 2nd. Had a single in the 4th. Two one on its way. Robinson is swinging a miss. It's 2-2. A couple of unearned runs for Seattle. The Halos have committed 3 errors in this game. 4th time this year that they've had 3 errors in one game. Callaspo, Santana, and Ibar. 2-2. Got him looking on the outside corner. Down goes Robinson. And there's out number 1. Kids, the Angels want to honor their youngest fans Saturday when they take on the Yankees. That's a 6:05 start. All kids in attendance will have the chance to win great prizes like autographed baseballs, bats, and pictures. Visit the Angel Stadium ticket office or angels.com to purchase those tickets today. There's Michael Saunders. Strikeout. RBI and fielder's choice. 0 for 2. back-to-back hitters in which Santana's fallen behind at 2 balls and no strikes. Good velocity on the fastball. The location, much like Felix Hernandez tonight, just not as crisp as we have seen him. Saunders fouls it off the left, and it's 2-1.
Yeah, unusual for Irvin. That's his 5th time this game he's gone 2-0 on a batter. Again, a lot of times when you're facing a guy like Felix Hernandez, you're more apt to be careful around the corners. And if you miss, that's when you fall behind.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Boy, if Saunders somehow at some point decides to shorten his swing, he might have a chance. Got decent speed, big guy, can play center field for you. Has some pop in his bat.
He can do a lot of things well, but if he doesn't make consistent contact and shorten up that swing, it will be a difficult time for him to be consistent at the major league level.
3-2 pitch. He takes that one down and in. It's a 1-out walk. Not what you want to be doing to a 168 hitter. Second free pass issued by Irvin. And now Ichiro coming to the plate. Ichiro's 0 for 2. He'll make that nice play in right field. Bottom of the 5th inning, robbing Wells of potential extra bases. That fastball missing just inside. Go back to that catch. Ball that Vernon hit.
Well, you're very good as far as finding the warning track and know how far away from the start of the warning track to the wall he is to be able to make that play.
Pitch out, nothing's happening. It's 2 balls and no strikes now. I can't tell who made the catch or who's batting right now. It's astonishing.
I can't either.
2-0. 3-0. Wouldn't be surprised to see some scrambling at some point in the Angels bullpen here in the 6th inning. 100 pitches now thrown by Santana. Three and 1. Callaspo still playing in on the grass. Only one other game of the American League still ongoing. That's Kansas City at Oakland at the Coliseum. Saunders takes off and Ichiro fouls it off to the left. The Tigers taking care of business in the Central. Smoked Cleveland today 10-1. So the Indians now find themselves 8.5 back. Chicago ended up winning, so they remained 8 back. It's a 5-game winning streak for the Tigers.
And they're a team that can score a lot of runs, and if they pitch well, which behind Verlander, they've been looking for some consistent arms. Porcello pitched very well today. Pfister has been outstanding for the Tigers since he came over in the trade from Seattle.
Texas shut out Tampa Bay 8-0. Chicago shut out Minnesota 3-0. Boston shut out Toronto 14-0.
Oh yeah, the Yankees are still playing though.
Well, they had a lot of rain there. They just started that game not too long ago, just in the 3rd inning. Baltimore at Yankee Stadium. Saunders again takes off and Ichiro fouls it back. So today the American League road teams have outscored the home team 43-3.
So what are you trying to say? It's not good to be home team?
I'm not saying anything. I'm just that's a fact.
Well, we got to turn that around here.
Ground ball towards short. Ibar is only plays to first, and Ichiro is thrown out for out number 2. Saunders into scoring position. And Brendan Ryan coming to the plate. This is the kind of work, fine work, that award-winning statistician Norm Peters gives us on an everyday basis.
I mean, it is amazing what he was able to figure out.
Not only is he a YouTube sensation for the peanut butter jelly dance that he does here on a weekly basis, he actually provides the stats.
He's good.
Brendan Ryan 0 for 3. Looks at a fastball just off the plate. In this one, Seattle with 2 unearned runs, 6 hits, no errors, 8 men left on base. The Angels, no runs, 2 hits, 3 errors, and 5 left on. 2 balls and no strikes.
Again, another 2-0 count. Irvin getting to that point where it's getting close for a decision making for Mike Scioscia. As far as how long they're going to be able to let him stay in this ballgame. Mike Butcher looking on to see if he get a better release point. 7 times in this game so far for Irvin. 2-0 counts. Unusual for him.
Back pick to second. The throw sailing on Mathis. Saunders was easily back. It's 2 balls and a strike. The phone has rung in the Angels bullpen now. Irvin had 107 pitches. Ryan chopping this one toward the hole. Ibar has it. No play. Throws behind Saunders, but he stops on the bag. A base hit for Brendan Ryan.
Good play by Ibar to prevent a run being scored. That's what you try to do as an infielder. The man on second, there were 2 outs. If you're not going to make the play, you're going to give up the body to make sure you knock the baseball down, keep it from going into the outfield. And that's what Ibar was able to do. Keep that ball from getting into the outfield. That's a run scored. You're not going to make that play at first, but you prevent a run for the time being from scoring.
Garrett Richards is the first man up for the Angels. Credit Saunders really as a base runner in that situation. You know if the ball gets through to left, you're more than likely going to score. But you peek over your right shoulder, watch the baseball, see if the shortstop's able to get it. If he does, you know you're stopping on the back, because the odds are that you're going to get a shortstop who's awake. It's going to fire behind you, try to get you at third for the third out.
And Ibar has that reputation of knowing the game so well that he will throw that ball behind the runner. Saunders did a nice job staying right on the base. If he goes off the base at all, he's going to be out.
So runners at first and third with 2 outs. Dustin Ackley at the plate. 2 for 3 game for Ackley. Breaking pitch is in for a strike, of a 23rd pitch thrown by Irvin here in the 6th inning. Ackley with a triple in the 1st inning, his 7th of the year. Had a single and a stolen base in the 3rd. He popped out in the 5th. Fastball line toward second base, and Meister Asturias ends up with the baseball in his glove for the 3rd out of the inning. The Mariners leave 2 more on as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. The Angels down 2-0.
PCM on. Text Mojo to 99000 to win a large PCM. And by your Southern California Toyota dealers. Bobby Abreu to lead things off for the Angels here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 2-0 Mariners lead. Abreu, Hunter, and Trumbo against Felix Hernandez, who has 5 strikeouts, 2 walks, 2 hits allowed. A victory is a must, otherwise the Angels drop a game in the standings. Texas winning earlier today. Abreu with a double and a strikeout, 1 for 2. Takes a curveball for a strike. Boy, big strike zone today by Vic Carapazza.
Carapazza definitely is a guy who will call the breaking pitch for a strike.
Yeah.
The higher part of the strike zone. It has been catching the higher part of the strike zone, but you don't get that call too often.
0-1 pitch. That one did sail out of the strike zone. It's 1-1. He's been consistent. That's all you can ask of him.
He hasn't wavered from his strike zone.
Yeah.
Again, a lot of those curveballs and sliders up have caught the top of the strike zone.
Bobby reaching for that one, rolls it foul. It's 1-2. There's the 1-2. Fastball. Missed away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rich Thompson has joined Garrett Richards in the bullpen. Two. Bobby bouncing one toward the middle. Brendan Ryan to his left has it. Gets rid of it quickly. And there's out number 1. Fans, the next Wells Fargo Big Bang Friday is when, Gooby?
Friday.
It is Friday when the Angels take on the New York Yankees at 7:05. Be sure to purchase tickets at the Angel Stadium ticket office or online at angels.com.
How's that possible?
Hey, typically, when are the Wells Fargo Big Bang Fridays?
Friday?
Friday home games. You are correct.
I researched that one.
And why wouldn't you? Here's Torrey Hunter showing bunt, drops one on the third base side. A beauty. Felix picks it up, throws to first, throws it wildly and into the camera well. Torrey on to second on the error by Felix Hernandez. It'll be a single and an E1.
Boy, Hernandez get off the mound pretty well on that bunt. Did a nice job. He makes a perfect throw. It would have been close, but those are the type of plays as a pitcher you just hold on to the baseball. I mean, that's a perfect bunt. He did a nice job of fielding it with the bare hand in the throw, but it's a difficult play for a first baseman as the runner's coming down, as is the baseball, to be able to catch the ball. And instead of having a man on first with the potential double play ball in order still, all of a sudden you have a man in scoring position with a guy with a lot of power in Mark Trumbo.
Trumbo's 0 for 2. Fielder's choice in the strikeout. First pitch swinging, a bouncer to short. 2 outs. So Hunter remains in scoring position with 2 outs now. And that'll bring up Alberto Callaspo, who's 0 for 2 with a couple of ground outs. Both ground outs by Alberto, going to Dustin Ackley at second base. Breaking pitch, catches the inside corner for a strike. Five punch outs and 2 walks, 3 hits allowed for Felix Hernandez.
Only 10 ground ball outs for him today.
72 pitches. as we play here in the 6th. Cayaspo hits one back up the middle. That's off the base and into center. Torres going to be waved around. No throw from Saunders. It's an RBI single for Alberto Cayaspo, and the Angels get on the board. It's 2-1 Seattle.
Well, a nice approach by Cayaspo against Hernandez, going right back up the middle. After a curveball, the first pitch, fastball back up the middle. Ball hit the base. Fortunately enough, it would end up into the outfield. We've seen that baseball a number of times today stay in the infield and prevent that run from scoring. Again, it's that play by Felix Hernandez. Your normal instinct to try to make that play on the bunt by Torrey Hunter, but he threw that ball in the dugout, allowed Torrey to get the second. And now Torrey scores on the base hit by Cayaspo.
There's Vernon Wells. Takes a fastball for a strike. Vernon 0 for 2, a fly ball to center. And a fly ball to right field that Ichiro made a nice play on in the 5th inning.
He's had a couple good at-bats against him. 2 baseballs hit very well against him.
Swinging through that fastball.
Boy, 0-2 once again. 75 pitches thrown for Hernandez, 51 strikes. 6th 0-2 count for him. Took off to a changeup.
It actually looked like a pretty good pitch there, and I think Oliva's movement.
Exactly. I think Oliva lost that strike call.
Yeah.
He's moved away from him.
That's it. Split finger, a changeup for Felix Hernandez.
With a curveball now.
Here's the 1-2. Lays off. As Diaz says he did not go, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Halos with a run here in the 6th inning. A bunch single by Torrey Hunter. Went to second on the throwing here by Hernandez. And he scored on the single by Alberto Cayaspo. Alberto over at first base. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. The pitch inside, full count.
And an advantage now for the Angels. A gapper can score potentially Cayaspo here because he's going to be going on the pitch. 3-2 with 2 outs.
Borges on deck. A really long look in for Felix Hernandez. Vernon tired of waiting. Cayaspo goes a 3-2, lifted in the air to shallow right center field. Saunders is coming on. He'll make the catch to end the inning. The Angels do get on the board on 2 hits, 1 error. They leave a man on through 6. Seattle leads it 2-1. Top of the 7th innings are in and out. Who's in, who's out. Garrett Richards comes on in place of Ervin Santana. First career relief appearance. 2 major league appearances this year. Had a start against the New York Yankees, his first of his major league career at Yankee Stadium. And then in his second start, had to come out with the strained right adductor.
Well, he certainly has a power fastball, guy that could be very effective in this role. Go with 2 pitches. Your hard fastball 94 to 96 and your hard slider. Of all, you want to make sure you're ready to go as far as all your pitches working at this point. Try to slow the game down your first time back out on the mound since you did get hurt.
Well, here in the 7th inning, he'll be facing Carp, Smoke, and Olivo. 4, 5, and 6 for Seattle. He takes over for Ervin Santana, who went 6 innings tonight. 4 strikeouts, 2 walks, 2 runs, both unearned runs. And Ervin scattered 7 hits. Mike Carp tonight 0 for 3. Twice is grounded out. The other time was strikeout. Went down looking at the third. Breaking pitch is a strike.
And Mike Scioscia has hinted that he would be very comfortable bringing Garrett Richards in this role out of the bullpen. Thought his stuff was electric, especially with the fastball. You see that fastball right by Carp, a guy that hits the fastball very well at 95 miles an hour. Felt he had the mentality to be able to be comfortable in this role, especially in a game like this. Make your first appearance out of the bullpen in the major leagues.
Swing and a miss. Down goes Carp. Mathis will have to throw on to first to complete the strikeout. 1 away.
Boy, great slider. See, a lot of times for a young pitcher, most times clubs will bring you along out of the bullpen until you get acclimated to the starting role and get comfortable at the major league level. But he definitely has that type of stuff, especially with his fastball and his slider, both very firm pitches to be successful in this role if he can just relax out there.
Justin Smoke takes inside. It's 1 ball, no strike. Smoke a 2 for 3 game, a couple of singles. Scored the first Mariner run in the 2nd inning. Bouncer right back to the right-hander. 2 outs. A little different approach, too, from Ervin Santana to Garrett Richards, both with good fastballs, but different life on the fastball, so it's a completely different look for Mariner hitters.
Yeah, you get a different look because of the fact that the fastball will run a little bit more so in on a right-handed batter from Richards. Ervin spots his fastball 2-seam and 4-seam very well.
First pitch a strike. Oh, 1 pitch outside. Garrett made his major league debut on August the 10th at Yankee Stadium. His contract purchase from Double-A Arkansas on August the 9th. First Angels pitcher called up from Double-A since Ervin was called up in 2005. Great number down at Double-A this year. 12-2 record, a 3.15 ERA.
Interesting. He looked over the dugout. Mike Butcher told him you got around on that slider. Got it underneath with his wrist. Wants him back on top with that. Be able to finish off Oliva here with a slider or the potential fastball.
This one line to left. A 1-2 breaking pitch. And Oliva is on board with his second hit of the game. Brings up Kyle Seager. Fans, you ready to kick back in the best seats at the game? The Chevy Sweet Seats are up for grabs for you and 3 lucky guests. You can even score some sweet seats of your own in a brand new Chevy. For official rules and your chance to win, visit ChevyBaseball.com/Angels. There are those sweet seats. Seager's 0 for 3. Twice has reached on errors. He has a stolen base, scored a run. He's also hit a fly ball to right. First pitch. A fastball for a strike. How difficult is it, though, for a young man coming up? Obviously, you're willing to do whatever it takes, especially coming off the disabled list. But to having been a starter, all of a sudden transition to that bullpen role, getting loose, getting ready, a lot different timetable.
Yeah, that's the thing, is especially as a young pitcher, you're going to say right away you're ready to go, but you have to make sure you be able to get that slider in a good position to be able to get it out if you have to, and of course, a good feel for your fastball. But it allows you as a young pitcher to be more aggressive. You don't have to conserve energy. You don't think in terms of 5, 6, 7 innings. Just go out there and go as hard as you can. 1, 2 innings, whatever Mike Sosa wants out of you. And it's a good thing as far as a young pitcher to have that type of confidence from your manager to put you in this type of role.
Olivo takes off. Seager fouls it off to the left. Hit run action. Interesting. 1-2 now. Olivo has 6 stolen bases. He's been caught 5 times.
In the 2-1 ball game, yeah, that's a good word to describe it. Interesting that he would be going there. I wonder if it was somebody read that sign wrong. It's unusual. 1-1 count with 2 outs to put a hit and run on.
1-2, line back up the middle, off the glove. Asturias dives, has it trickle into center field, and that allows Olivo to head to third. You got to knock that ball down as much as possible.
Just like we said earlier with Eric Aybar, knocking that ball down in between short and third, that's one of those plays you got to knock down. You're not going to make the play. It's slowed down enough to try to keep that ball in front. You want to prevent Olivo from getting to third base.
So a couple of 2-out hits for Seattle by Olivo and Seager. Here's Trayvon Robinson's left fielder. Sac fly, a single and a strikeout, a 1-for-2 night. Good pitch there. It's 0-1.
See Seattle with a lot of opportunities. Just 2 for 12 with runners in scoring position. This is a huge at bat for Garrett Richards to try to get through this inning.
0-1 pitch. No balls and 2 strikes. Back-to-back breaking pitches by Garrett. First round pick, 42nd overall in 2009 from the University of Oklahoma. The 0-2. Fastball. Did he go around? He did, says Carapazza. Mathis throws on to first. A strikeout is completed. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left on. 7th inning stretch time here at the Big A. Seattle leads it 2-1.
an Angel for 4 seasons, a hero forever, thanks to a legendary at-bat in Game 6 of 2002, with the Angels clinging to their World Series lives.
We got a chance and we set the table for Scott. He hit the home run that got us back in the game.
When he hit it, we all held our breath for it seemed like 25 seconds for that thing to come down. And the little electricity button got pushed, and boy, it was on.
Bottom of the 7th inning, Seattle with a 2-1 lead. The Angels will have 8, 9, and 1. Due up here against Felix Hernandez. Trying to at least tie this game up. Hernandez has been very good this evening. 5 strikeouts, 2 walks. Has allowed 4 hits, 2 of which came in the 6th inning. That little mini rally, if you will, started by the Torrey Hunter bunt single. Breaking pitch misses inside. Peters 0 for 2. Ground ball to short in the 2nd inning. Struck out and reached on the wild pitch in the 5th. Eventually stole 2nd and was stranded at 3rd.
Well, that's one of those backup breaking balls. That's the ball that Peter Bourjos crushes. He's upset with himself for not letting that bat go on that pitch on the inner half.
1-1 pitch. Another breaking ball. And it's 1-2. 82 pitches thrown by Felix. The Halos have action in their bullpen. Scott Downs begins to loosen. There's the 1-2. This one rolled foul. There's Scott. Jeff Mathis on deck. Meiser Sturas at the top of the order after that. Bourjos takes that pitch inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I'm thinking about Bourjos. He's not going to give in. If that ball's off the plate inside, he's going to wear that baseball and go down and try to get himself in scoring position. He's not afraid to take a hit by pitch.
Two. Bourjos chops this one to short. Brendan Ryan has it. 1 out. And the ground balls keep coming for Felix Hernandez. Howie Kendrick is going to pinch hit for Jeff Mathis here. With 1 out, nobody on. Howie hitting .293 on the year, 15 home runs and 51 runs batted in. As a pinch hitter, 0 for 2 this season. Second pinch hitter used by Mike Scioscia in the 9th spot. As Howie takes a breaking ball for a strike. Mike Trout pitch hit for Bobby Wilson in the 5th inning, ended up striking out. And now Howie here in the 7th. And Conger will take over behind the plate in the 8th. Off speed, ground ball toward the hole. Brendan Ryan has it. Kendrick is retired for out number 2.
Only 12th ground ball out by Felix today, and a number of them to Brendan Ryan. 6 ground ball outs to Ryan at shortstop today.
Fastball is a strike.
And Felix has faced 28 batters today. 23 times to throw a first pitch strike.
Oh, and 2.
An unusual thing about King Felix tonight. We talked about the Angels being successful against him throughout his career, jumping on the fastball. 63% of his pitches thrown tonight have been off-speed pitches, staying away from the majority of the pitches being the fastball.
Oh, 2. Sturz takes that pitch outside. Felix thought he had a punch out. And It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Meister had a base hit in the 5th inning, a 1-for-3 game.
It's a great 0-2 pitch, though, just off the plate.
And a 1-2 on its way. Steers rolls it foul off his body. Count remains at 1-2. Another 1-2 by Hernandez. Another breaking pitch down and in. 92nd pitch of the night for Felix. 61 strikes. He allowed 4 hits. Irvin Santana tonight went 6 innings, struck out 4, walked 2, 2 unearned runs.
He battled pretty well again, Irvin. And 2 unearned runs, you mentioned, Victor. There's a couple of those plays, including a play that he didn't make early in the game.
Full count. Eric Ibar on deck. Just a second full count for Felix Hernandez tonight. Here's the payoff pitch. The Steers fouls it back. So we'll reset and do it again. Full count with 2 outs. The Angels down 2-1 here in the 7th. Breaking pitch got him looking. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. 7 complete. Seattle still on top, 2-1. Farmers Insurance report card of the night.
Well, coming into the game, we said it was going to be a well-pitched ball game. Though the defense at times on both sides have hurt them. 3 runs today scored in the game, all unearned. Felix Hernandez, 7 solid innings. There's 2 walks, 6 punch-outs. Irving Santana, 6 very good innings, 0 earned runs, 2.18 ERA in his last 14 starts. He's been that consistent, that good.
Garrett Richards is done. You take a look at Horacio Ramirez throwing to a new catcher. That's Hank Conger behind the plate. And Ramirez takes over for Garrett, who went 1 inning, struck out 2 and allowed 2 hits, but no runs.
Pretty good job coming in for his first time in relief in a big game like this for Garrett Richards.
Michael Saunders, Ichiro Suzuki, and Brendan Ryan. Lefty, lefty, righty against Horacio. Saunders tonight A strikeout, RBI, fielder's choice, and a walk. 0 for 2. It's no balls and a strike. Seattle with 9 hits tonight. They've stranded 12. The Angels 4 hits. They've left 6 on. Saunders rolls it foul. It's no balls and 2 strikes. No action whatsoever in the Mariners bullpen. The Angels in the bottom of the 8th inning will have 2, 3, and 4 coming up. Ibar, Bray, and Hunter. Saunders fouls this one off the left and playing in the seats. Count remains at 0-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Last outing for Horatio over the weekend against the Twins. Went 1/3 of an inning. Gave up a run on 2 hits, 1 strikeout. This is 3rd stint with the Angels this year. Recalled on September the 1st. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Still trying to figure it out. Opponents have hit him well here in the big leagues this year.
Bottom line is you're up 0-2. You try to be too fine. All of a sudden you're even with the count with the batter right now for Ramirez. You want to, when you're 0-2, you try to finish him off as quick as possible.
Lifted in the air to left. Vernon Wells back and to his right. 1 away. Brings up Ichiro. Hey, log on to FoxSportsWest.com and check out Fox Sports Game Connect. Take part in an interactive forum during Angels games. That includes stats, trends, exclusive analysis, live Twitter feeds, and a chance to share your thoughts with the game broadcast. Fox Sports Game Connect now available on FoxSportsWest.com. Ichiro tonight 0 for 3, 3 ground ball outs. He did draw a walk into second. The first pitch is in for a strike. I mentioned the struggles that Ramirez has had against opponents. They're hitting .538 against him. 7 appearances with the Angels. That number's gone down ever so slightly. Now 14 for 27. Now 15 for 28 as Ichiro picks up the 1-out base hit. And at times where he could locate and keep you off balance a little bit. There's just not enough differentiation between his pitches to keep guys off balance and guessing.
And that's the most important thing to do, is to keep batters off balance and guessing at the plate.
Mike Scioscia wanted Horatio to get the 2 left-handers. He's going to go to the bullpen here. He got one of them. Rich Thompson's coming on in relief here. A 2-1 Mariner lead. Over for Horatio Ramirez. Rich to face Brendan Ryan with 1 out and 1 on. Pitching now his 40th game, a 1-3 record and a 3.08 earned run average, 52 strikeouts at 49 2/3.
Yeah, that good overhand curveball when he gets ahead of the count. The big thing for Rich is establishing his fastball, which he's been able to use the cut fastball and a two-seam fastball, 88 to 91 range.
Brendan Ryan, the shortstop, busy defensively. A lot of ground balls to him today. Offensively, 1 for 4. Ichiro has himself a pretty good lead. The first pitch is a strike. Rich last pitched on Friday against Minnesota. Went an inning and 2/3, gave up a run on 3 hits. The 0-1. Slow curveball, a strike. 0-2.
And that pitch has been called the entire game. Getting the upper part of the strike zone. Carapazza has been very consistent calling that curveball.
Ichiro with 34 stolen bases this year. Big lead at first base. Been caught 6 times. Thompson, the third reliever by Mike Scioscia. Garrett Richards got an inning. Pitched his 7th. Ramirez 1/3 of an inning. 1-2.
You think with that fastball up, you set him up for the curveball now.
Ichiro takes off. The 1-2, a swing and a miss. The throw down from Conger. One hopper that goes into center field. So a stolen base and an error charged to Hank Conger, the 4th error of the night for the Angels. But there are 2 outs.
I don't know if that bat got in the way as far as his throw for Hank Conger. Try to be real quick with the transfer. He's been throwing the ball very well of late. When Brendan Ryan swung through that pitch, the bat was right out in front of him.
Last time the Angels had 4 errors here at home, May 5th, 2007 against the Chicago White Sox. 4 errors tonight. 2 unearned runs for Seattle, trying to keep it 2-1. And for Hank, that's his 6th error of the season. Quick visit to the mound with Ackley coming to the plate now. Ackley 2 for 4 with a triple, a single, a pop-up, and a line-out. First pitch is a fastball for a strike. A 1 pitch. Breaking pitch down in the dirt, blocked by Conger. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tough hitter, and Ackley at the plate. Carp on deck. Trying to get that last out to keep it a 1-run deficit.
It's one of those things, you do have an open base, you can work around it, but Carp's hit the Angels so well in his career. Difficult decision to make.
2 balls and a strike. Almost looks as if Thompson's trying to throw a cut fastball. maybe not getting the grip. 83 miles per hour, and we know we could run it up there in the low 90s. 2-1, breaking pitch. There's a strike.
Yeah, that's his out pitch right there, the curveball, but he is getting caught in between throwing a slider and a cut fastball, and it's taking away some of the velocity on his fastball. You remember when he first came up, the Angels, he was a guy that was rushing the ball 92 to 95 range. Now with that cut fastball, it's taking away velocity, settling in around 88, 89.
2-2. Downstairs, a full count. There's Carp. 0 for 4 game for him tonight, including a couple of strikeouts. Ichiro standing at third base. He belongs to Horatio Ramirez. Allowed the 1-out base hit to Ichiro. The 3-2. Breaking pitch. Boy, had him out in front. Just got it off the end of the bat and fouled it off.
Well, that was a great pitch. Ackley, the front hip opening up, tried to keep his bat back, just barely able to foul that ball off.
I'll do it again at 3 balls, 2 strikes, with 2 outs. Ichiro standing at third. In the top of the 8th inning of a 2-1 game. 3-2. Lost him. So runners at first and third now for Mike Carp.
Number 20, designated hitter Mike Carp.
You're almost, dare I say, better off having missed in with the walk. Had that pitch been up, it looked like Ackley was looking inside again. And that's that pitch that Ackley can turn on.
Yeah, he was prepared to hit that off-speed pitch there if it was in the inner half. There's no question.
So Mike Carp steps up with Ackley standing at first and Ichiro standing at third. Ackley has already picked up a stolen base tonight, his 4th. One ball, no strikes. One-0 pitch. Down in it. 2 balls and no strikes. Thompson falling behind here. Breaking pitch hit in the air toward left center field. Borges was playing deep, moving to his right. Will track it down. The inning comes to an end. No runs, 1 hit, 2 left on base. We hit at the bottom of the 8th inning with Ibar, Abreu, and Hunter 2 up. And the Angels down 2-1.
Mark Trumbo gets a breaking pitch down, drives it out for a 2-run home run. Giving him his 26th, due up 4th in this inning. Get one base runner, give him an opportunity to give the Halos the lead with one swing of the bat. He certainly has that type of power to give the Halos the lead here in the bottom of the 8th.
Angels setting up 2-3 and 4. Ibar, Abreu, and Hunter against Felix Hernandez. 6 punch outs for Felix, 2 walks. 4 hits allowed. Coming off a 1-2-3-7. Eric Ibar. He's got himself a 15-game hitting streak, but he's 0 for 2 tonight. A fly to right, a walk, and a ground ball to first. Breaking pitch upstairs. Two balls and no strikes.
Well, I'm almost thinking that Ibar's going to take right here. Can I get a base runner? Got speed. 27 stolen bases on the season.
Takes a strike, 2-1. Seager playing in and toward the foul line at third base. Robinson and Saunders in left and center respectively, playing him shallow and the opposite way. Ichiro straight up and right. 2-1. That's upstairs. 3 balls and a strike. Justin Smoke, the first baseman, guarding the line at first. Felix getting ready to throw his 100th pitch of the night. There it is. Rolled over, foul. So a full count. Bobby Abreu on deck. Here comes the 3-2. Ibar fouls it straight back out of fastball.
Good one to hit, too. Had a good swing at it. One of the few 4-seam fastballs that Felix Hernandez has thrown in this game. I expect him to go back to the 2-seam fastball, try to sink it away. Ertz got to be patient. If it's out of the zone, let it go. Get on base. If it's in the strike zone, hit it on the ground, get it through a hole.
Number 3-2, and he got him swinging with a high fastball. And there's out number 1. Strikeout number 7 for Felix.
And we're right back with the 4-seam fastball. Outer half, elevated. He has that ability to be able to rush that fastball up. Still good pop on the fastball, even at 102 pitches in the game.
Here's Bobby Abreu. Tonight, a double, a strikeout, and a ground out. 1 for 3. One ball, no strikes. One-0 pitch. Bobby fouls it straight back. Big swing there by Abreu. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Jordan Walden playing catch. Trevor Bell getting loose. The score remains as it is. You figure Bell be coming on. The 1-1. Upstairs, 2 balls and a strike.
For a split finger change up there. Little fastball away.
2-2. Torrey Hunter on deck. One out here in the 8th. Bobby pulls this one to Ackley at second base.
Well, that changeup has been very effective for him. And your typical changeup would be around 78 to 81 mile an hour. The split finger changeup he uses on 87, 88 range with that great late movement down in the strike zone below the knees. So on a 78 mile an hour curveball, his best fastball today has been 94, although in the past he's been clocked up at 97, 98 miles an hour with the fastball. A lot more effective as far as working down and getting ground balls.
Torrey looks at a fastball for a strike. He thought that pitch was a little bit low.
And caught the strike zone again, the lower part of the strike zone.
No balls in a strike. A walk, a strikeout, a bunt base hit, and a run scored for Torrey. Puts him at 1 for 2. One ball, one strike.
Torrey's going to power fastball, and then he followed up with a cut fastball off the outside corner.
Outfielders in the no doubles alignment. Trayvon Robinson just a couple of steps from the warning track at left. Saunders extremely deep in center. And Ichiro deep and right. That's down in the dirt. 2 balls and 1 strike.
One thing, though, for Hernandez, as good as he's thrown, he's one mistake away from being in a tie ball game. Torrey Hunter is a guy who certainly can hit the ball out of the ballpark.
Two-one pitch. Torrey listening in the air toward right center field. Saunders and Ichiro giving chase. And Ichiro will make the catch, and the Angels go down at orders. Hernandez has retired the last 7 in a row. 8 complete. Seattle still on top 2-1. Today, you can see every Angels game live or on demand on your computer as well as your favorite devices. Be sure to visit Angels.com to order and or to get more details. MLB.TV, baseball everywhere. Top of the ninth, 2-1. Seattle leads it. Trevor Bell takes over on the mound for Rich Thompson, who had 2/3 of an inning. Trevor recalled with the roster expansion. Some depth to that bullpen. Is the 4th reliever used in this one. 16 games this year, 1-1 mark, and a 3.38 ERA.
Bottom line for Trevor is just to make sure he keeps the ball down, get some quick ground ball outs, keep it that 2-1 deficit. The Trumbo leading off the inning next inning can tie it up too. A lot of power coming up for the Angels after this inning, so Trevor stay down in the strike zone. Very good curveball himself and a good slider. Rush that fastball, 90 to 93 range.
Justin Smoke, Miguel Olivo, and Kyle Seager, the scheduled 3 guys here for Eric Wedge. First pitch off speed is down low for ball 1. Justin Smoke, a 2 for 4 game tonight, 2 singles. scored one of the two unearned runs. That was back in the second. Solo runs for Seattle in the second and fourth innings. The Angels' only run coming in the sixth as Trevor goes with another off-speed pitch and it misses down and in. 2 balls and no strikes. A lot of 2-0 counts tonight against Mariner hitters. 3-0. Third stint for Trevor Bell. At AAA, the number's not pretty. 2-5 record is 6.27 ERA in 11 appearances, 10 starts. Delivers a strike here, 3-1. The 3-1 pitch. Smoke lifts one in the air toward left field, tailing away from Vernon Wells. Still giving chase. He'll make the running catch. And there's out number 1.
A nice read on that fly ball by Vernon Wells going to his left. Made a nice play. That ball was tailing away from him. Never took his eye off the baseball, looked that right into his glove. That was the key. Never take your eye. A lot of times when you got to run that far and that fast, your head will move a lot and all of a sudden you'll lose track of the baseball. Did not do that. Nice play.
So 1 out, nobody on for Miguel Oliva, the catcher. First pitch swinging is Oliva on the high fastball. Brandon League, the closer for Seattle, is up now. One ball, one strike. Oliva tonight 2 for 4 with a couple of singles. 111 pitches thrown by Felix Hernandez.
He has that look as if he is done, though.
Yeah.
Well, we saw him close that game out up in Seattle in the ninth inning. He had 2 punch outs and a fly ball out to finish that one off.
This one popped up. Shallow center. Ibar and Borges. Peter will make the catch for round number 2.
Number 15, third baseman Kyle Seager.
In the bottom of the 9th inning, the Angels have Trumbo, Callaspo, and Wells. Appears as if he'll be facing, those guys, I should say, will be facing Brandon League. Irvin tonight, 6 innings, 2 unearned runs on 7 hits, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks. Garrett Richards, first major league relief appearance, 1 inning, 2 punch outs, 2 hits. Horatio Ramirez, 1/3 of an inning, gave up a hit. Rich Thompson, 2/3 of an inning, 1 strikeout, 1 walk. Seager bouncing this one toward the middle. Asturis bobbles it. Comes up with his bare hand. It's a 1-2-3 inning. We head to the bottom of the 9th inning. Brandon League coming on to try to close it out for Seattle to face Trumbo, Callaspo, and Wells. And the Angels down 2-1. A run. Brandon League, the closer for the Mariners, is on in relief of Felix Hernandez, who went 8 innings tonight. 7 strikeouts, 2 walks, 4 hits, 1 run. It was earned. But the Angels, the way he has pitched the last 2 times down against the Halos, happy he is no longer in the game.
And there's no doubt about it. Brandon League is a guy that has very good stuff himself. Fastball 93 to 97. Slider, and his best pitch, a split finger fastball. That's his go-to swing and miss pitch.
The Halos needing a victory to remain 2.5 back in the American League West. A loss tonight with the Texas victory earlier today, and the Angels will find themselves 3.5 back going into tomorrow night's finale here against Seattle. Texas will play an afternoon game against the Rays in St. Petersburg. Mark Trumbo to lead things off. Mark 0 for 3. Halos have not had a base runner since the RBI single by Alberto Callaspo in the 6th. First pitch fastball is in a strike. Vic Carapazzi yelling at somebody in the dugout there. Oh, 1 pitch. Breaking pitch. They want an appeal. Laz Diaz says he did not go. 1 ball, 1 strike. Laz will be behind the plate tomorrow night. 7:05 start. Jerome Williams getting the start for the Angels. Charlie Furbush going for Seattle. Breaking pitch in the dirt. 2 balls and 1 strike.
And back-to-back split finger fastballs. He's going to go after him with the fastball here.
2-1 pitch. Lifted in the air toward right field, chasing Ichiro back, but it's playable. 1 out.
Hit well, but it's a good located fastball by League down, forcing Trumbo to go to the bigger part of the ballpark the other way. Most closers try to stay away from power hitters in these type of spots. Force them to hit. If they're going to hit it out of the ballpark, it's got to go the other way.
Brings up Alberto Callaspo's 1 for 3, an RBI single in the 6th inning. His 43rd run batted in, getting the Angels on the board. The off speed is in for a strike. League with 32 saves this year. A 1-5 record of .292 ERA. 57th game for the right-hander. No balls, 2 strikes.
Boy, first pitch slider, second pitch split finger fastball. When you have a guy you're facing that could throw 97 miles an hour, you're gearing up for the fastball.
Oh, 2. Callaspo grounds one over to third. Seager has it. The Angels down to the last out here in the 9th. A couple of former teammates will battle it out here. Vernon Wells going up against League. Vernon an 0 for 3 game. 3 fly ball outs to the outfield. Took something off and it missed outside. (1-0). Chopper off the plate foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hernandez looking for his 14th win. A loss. And it'll be hung on Irvin Santana's column.
even though he didn't allow an earned run in 6 innings.
Tough to commit 4 errors defensively against Felix Hernandez and expect to win a game. 1-1 pitch. We're going to miss. 1-2. Here's League's 1-2 pitch, way outside.
Well, he overthrew that split finger fastball. Look at got to leave it on the hand.
2-2 now. Two balls, 2 strikes. Peter Bourjos on deck. 2 outs here in the 9th. Down and in, full count. Three-two. Chopper toward the hole at short. Seager cuts it off. Straightens up, fires to first. And the Mariners have taken game 2 by the final of 2-1.
Yeah, I think when you look back at this ball game, you don't have many opportunities against a great pitcher like Felix Hernandez. So you got to make the plays in the field, and the Angels did not do that today with 4 errors that cost them the victory.
Felix Hernandez picks up the win, his 14th of the year. Ervin Santana takes the loss. He is now 11-10 in league, picks up the save, his 33rd. And the Angels lose a game in the standings. And they find themselves 3.5 back now of the Texas Rangers going into tomorrow night's finale against the Seattle Mariners. Angels Live is coming up next, but first, here's a peek at the action thriller X-Men First Class, available on DVD and Blu-ray on Friday.